What if the very exercises you rely on to stay strong and fit are actually putting your heart at risk? Could that popular workout trend you've been following be silently doing more harm than good, especially after age 60? And what if the key to protecting your heart isn't about pushing harder, but about making smarter, more age-appropriate choices? If you're over 60, every movement you make can either support or strain your cardiovascular system. The line between helping and harming becomes thinner with age, and unfortunately, many seniors cross it without realizing. I've seen it time and again in my years as a cardiologist. Well-meaning older adults doing their best to stay active, only to unknowingly weaken their hearts through popular exercises that aren't built for aging bodies. That's why it's so important to understand what to avoid. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 specific exercises you should stop doing immediately, and more importantly, show you safer, heart-friendly alternatives that will keep you strong, energized, and protected for the years ahead. Because staying active shouldn't come at the cost of your heart health. It should support it, fully and safely. Before we dive in, if you find value in this content, please consider liking the video. It helps us reach more people and continue sharing practical lessons for healthy aging. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you like what you hear today, type 1 in the comments. And if you think there's room for improvement, feel free to type 0. Your feedback helps us grow and serve you better. Let's begin. The hidden risks of high-intensity interval training, commonly known as HIIT, for aging hearts. As a cardiologist with decades of experience, I've seen firsthand how this fitness trend has swept through the senior community. Driven by promises of fast results, better endurance, weight loss, and even heart strengthening, many older adults jump into HIIT with the best of intentions. After all, who wouldn't want a quick, efficient workout that seems to deliver everything? But HIIT, which involves short bursts of intense activity followed by brief periods of rest, can be more dangerous than it appears, especially for those in their 60s, 70s, or 80s. The aging heart simply doesn't have the same flexibility, recovery speed, or resilience as it did decades earlier. What looks like a bold move toward fitness may, in reality, be quietly overloading the cardiovascular system. The heart, over time, changes. It's no longer the robust organ it once was in youth. Decades of stress, dietary habits, environmental exposures, and even genetic predisposition can leave it more sensitive, less adaptable, and increasingly vulnerable to strain. Many seniors live with silent or undiagnosed conditions, hypertension, coronary artery disease, or early-stage heart failure that don't always show up with obvious warning signs. These conditions often lurk beneath the surface, quiet and unassuming, waiting for the wrong kind of trigger to create a major disruption. And unfortunately, HIIT, high-intensity interval training, with its sharp spikes in heart rate and blood pressure, can be that trigger. During a HIIT session, your heart is pushed into overdrive. It's forced to switch gears rapidly, pumping blood at a much faster rate to keep up with intense bursts of activity. For a younger, well-conditioned heart, this stress might actually help build resilience. But for an aging heart, it can feel more like slamming the accelerator on a vehicle with worn brakes and an aging engine. That sudden demand can strain the heart muscle, destabilize its natural rhythm, or worsen existing blockages in the arteries. Research has shown that intense exercise in older adults, particularly those with underlying heart conditions, can significantly increase the risk of arrhythmias, or even lead to serious cardiac events. What makes it even more concerning is that the damage isn't always immediate or dramatic. You might walk away from a high IIT session feeling strong, maybe even energized. But hours, or even days, later, subtle warning signs can start to creep in. A wave of unexplained fatigue, a brief moment of dizziness, A tightening in the chest you chalk up to age or something you ate. But these signs are not random. They're your heart's quiet way of asking for help, signals that are too often ignored until something more severe, like a heart attack or stroke, demands your full attention. And that's the real tragedy. So many seniors turn to HET with the best of intentions. They want to stay active, maintain their independence, and prove they can keep up with their grandchildren or younger workout partners. But the price of pushing beyond what the heart can handle? It can be devastating. A trip to the emergency room, a diagnosis that changes your life. Or worse. The irony is sobering. An exercise meant to restore youth and health can, when done without caution, cause the very harm it was meant to prevent. So, what's the better path forward? For seniors, heart health doesn't depend on extreme effort. It thrives through gentle, consistent movement. Activities like brisk walking, tai chi, or light swimming often don't get the spotlight, but they're powerful in their own right, strengthening the heart without overwhelming it. These often overlooked activities are the quiet heroes of cardiovascular wellness. They raise your heart rate gradually, promoting better blood flow and stamina without placing the body under sudden stress. Take a 20-minute walk at a steady, moderate pace. It can gently lower blood pressure and support heart function, without the intense strain associated with high-intensity workouts. Tai Chi, with its graceful flowing movements, not only builds balance and coordination, but also reduces mental stress, an important benefit for heart health. And then there's swimming, a full-body, low-impact workout that protects aging joints while offering a consistent cardiovascular challenge. These types of exercises work with your heart, not against it. They strengthen your cardiovascular system over time, rather than pushing it to the brink. The key is choosing movement that is safe and sustainable. If you're over 60, it's vital to check in with your healthcare provider before starting a new fitness routine, especially if you have a personal history of heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes. A stress test or heart screening may reveal issues you haven't yet noticed. After all, just because you feel okay doesn't mean your heart is free from hidden vulnerabilities. Exercise should be a lifelong ally, not a roll of the dice. So, choose physical activities that help your heart feel protected and cared for, not ones that leave it gasping for relief. If you're still with us and finding this information helpful, please drop a number 1 in the comments. Your support and time truly matter. Now let's look at another risk, one that often hides in plain sight. Crunches and heavy lifting are often praised in strength training routines for older adults, and with good reason. Strong muscles play a vital role in maintaining mobility, reducing fall risk, and preserving independence. But here's what many don't realize. Exercises like sit-ups, crunches, and heavy lifting can carry serious risks for the aging heart if done incorrectly or too aggressively. As a heart specialist, I've seen the unintended consequences. The problem isn't just in the motion itself, it's in how your body responds internally. When you do a crunch or lift a heavy weight, your body naturally increases internal pressure in the abdomen and chest. Many people hold their breath without even realizing it, a habit known as the Valsalva maneuver. This action spikes internal pressure dramatically, and it doesn't stop at your torso. That pressure compresses major blood vessels, increasing the workload on your heart in an instant. It's like asking your heart to pump through a tightened hose. For younger individuals, this might be manageable. But for older adults, especially those with underlying heart conditions, it can be a dangerous tipping point. For a younger, more resilient heart, that kind of pressure spike might not be a major concern. But for an aging heart, already facing challenges like stiffened arteries, undiagnosed plaque buildup, or reduced cardiac strength, this abrupt increase in pressure can become a serious tipping point. I've treated patients who were simply trying to stay fit, only to experience unexpected symptoms during or after common exercises. One patient fainted mid-rep while doing crunches. Another felt tight chest pain after a seemingly harmless set of sit-ups. Still another noticed an irregular heartbeat later that evening, something he had never experienced before. These weren't sedentary individuals. They were active, committed seniors who genuinely cared about their health. But their bodies, shaped by the effects of time, weren't equipped to handle the sudden cardiovascular demands of those movements. As we age, the heart and blood vessels become less adaptable. Arteries lose their flexibility, which makes it harder for them to respond to rapid blood pressure changes. Even a mild buildup of plaque can narrow the vessels, forcing the heart to work harder just to maintain circulation. On top of that, age-related conditions like atrial fibrillation or valve disorders become more common and more easily triggered by physical strain. Scientific research confirms that intense exertion and abrupt blood pressure spikes, especially during heavy lifting or core compression exercises, can elevate the risk of serious cardiovascular events. In rare but real cases, this includes aortic strain or even rupture, particularly in people with undiagnosed vascular weaknesses. Imagine putting pressure on an old garden hose. Sooner or later, that worn-out material might give out. But here's the good news. Seniors don't need to avoid strength training altogether. In fact, it remains a cornerstone of healthy aging. The solution lies in smarter, safer choices. Instead of pushing your body with heavy dumbbells or barbells, switch to resistance bands. These offer a controlled level of resistance that's gentler on the joints and heart, while still supporting muscle tone and strength. Emphasize slow, intentional movement. Listen to your body's cues. Choose exercises that build you up without breaking you down. Would you like me to continue with the next section? Always prioritize proper form over sheer intensity. When it comes to building core strength, skip the crunches and opt instead for isometric exercises like planks, adjusted to match your current fitness level, or gentle pelvic tilts. These movements activate your abdominal muscles without creating excessive internal pressure that can strain your heart. It's also wise to seek guidance from professionals trained in senior fitness or cardiac rehabilitation. A knowledgeable trainer can design a program tailored specifically to your body's needs, taking into account any medical history, limitations, or goals. These personalized adjustments not only reduce the risk of injury, but also help you get the most out of each workout. Just as important is tuning in to your body's signals. If you feel dizzy, short of breath, or even slightly uncomfortable during strength training, don't push through. Stop right away and consult your healthcare provider. Your workout should leave you feeling strong and energized, not drained or uneasy. By making mindful, informed choices, you can continue to build muscle and boost your heart health safely. Strength training should be a steady path to resilience, not a shortcut to unexpected harm. But remember, physical exertion isn't the only factor that can impact your cardiovascular safety. One often overlooked danger comes from something as ordinary as your workout environment. Yes, even the weather, indoors or outdoors, can silently turn your good intentions into a health hazard. Whether it's a blazing hot afternoon or a freezing winter morning, your workout environment, often brushed off as a minor detail, can quietly become a serious threat to your heart, especially after age 60. As we get older, the body's ability to regulate internal temperature gradually weakens. This isn't just about feeling hot or cold. It's a deeper, physiological shift that affects your entire circulatory system. The sweat glands become less efficient, the metabolism responds more slowly, and the cardiovascular system struggles to adapt as it once did. In cold weather, your blood vessels naturally constrict to preserve body heat. While this is a protective mechanism, it also increases blood pressure and forces your heart to work much harder. For seniors already living with hypertension or coronary artery disease, a reality for millions, this extra burden can quietly push the heart past its comfort zone. I've seen older patients experience chest tightness or sudden breathlessness after just a short walk on an icy day, never suspecting that the cold, not just the effort, was stressing their heart. On the flip side, exercising in extreme heat poses its own dangers. High temperatures cause blood vessels to widen, increasing circulation to the skin in an effort to cool the body. While this may seem helpful, it forces the heart to pump faster, sometimes significantly, just to keep up. Add in the fact that seniors often don't feel thirst as strongly and naturally have lower fluid reserves, and dehydration becomes a real concern. Dehydrated blood thickens, making the heart's job even tougher. I've treated patients who fainted during an ordinary summer stroll or felt dizzy after light gardening, unaware their heart was working overtime to balance heat and physical activity. The truth is, it doesn't take a strenuous workout to trigger a serious problem. A slow walk on a 90-degree day or a quick errand on a frosty morning could be all it takes to overwhelm a vulnerable heart. Multiple studies have linked extreme temperatures to increased risk of heart attacks and arrhythmias in older adults, especially those with underlying cardiovascular conditions. Your heart doesn't have to run a marathon. It just has to be in the wrong place at the wrong time under the wrong conditions. So, how can seniors continue to stay active safely? The answer begins with controlling your environment whenever possible. Choose indoor environments with stable temperatures, like a climate-controlled gym or your own living room, where you can exercise safely without battling extreme weather. If you prefer the outdoors, try scheduling your workouts for early mornings or late evenings during hot months to avoid the peak heat. In winter, wear breathable, layered clothing that keeps you warm, but doesn't trap excess heat. Striking that balance is key to avoiding strain on your heart. Hydration is absolutely essential. Even if you don't feel thirsty, your body needs water to function well during physical activity, especially in warm weather. A helpful rule is to drink about 8 ounces of water every 15 to 20 minutes while exercising in the heat. This helps maintain healthy circulation and prevents the thickening of blood that can strain the heart. Dehydration often creeps in unnoticed, especially in older adults, so proactive drinking is far better than reacting to thirst. It's just as important to listen to the subtle signals your body sends. If you start to feel fatigued, lightheaded, or short of breath, don't push through it. Pause your workout immediately and move to a more suitable environment, whether it's cooler or warmer depending on the season. Using a wearable device that tracks your heart rate can also help. These tools offer real-time insights, alerting you to spikes that may signal your body is under more stress than it can safely handle. Ultimately, your body knows more than you think. It often whispers before it screams. Exercise should energize you, not endanger you. With thoughtful planning and mindful adjustments, every step you take can build a healthier, stronger heart, not place it at risk. But there's still one more threat many seniors overlook. It's not about the weather or the environment. It's about how you move. Specifically, the rapid, jarring movements that may seem empowering but can throw your heart and balance into dangerous territory. Adrenaline can feel like a spark of youth, like a bold declaration that age hasn't slowed you down. The rush of jumping, sprinting, or powering through fast-paced routines might seem invigorating, even symbolic of resilience and strength. For many over 60, these movements feel like a way to reconnect with the energy they once had, a reminder that their spirit is still as vibrant as ever. But what feels like empowerment on the surface can quietly stir disruption deep within an aging body. In my years of practice, I've witnessed this scenario unfold too many times. Seniors arrive in my clinic with hopeful eyes, proud of keeping up with younger friends in fitness classes, or inspired by high-intensity online workouts. Their commitment is never in question. They're motivated, disciplined, and full of good intentions. But within weeks, some return concerned and confused. They describe moments of sudden dizziness, episodes of irregular heartbeat, or even unexplained falls that catch them completely off guard. These experiences aren't signs of weakness. They're not a reflection of effort or character. They're simply the body's honest reaction to the physiological shifts that come with aging. While these changes often go unnoticed day to day, they affect the body's ability to handle sudden demands. The nervous system, once lightning fast, slows in how it processes rapid motion. Balance, once second nature, becomes more fragile as proprioception, the body's internal GPS, gradually weakens. And arteries, which were once elastic and responsive, stiffen over time, making it harder for the heart to keep up with abrupt shifts in movement or intensity. When older adults engage in high-impact, rapid exercises, like jumping jacks or sudden turns, they're asking a lot from a system that may no longer respond as quickly or as efficiently. These movements, while seemingly minor, create sharp internal stress on the cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. What was once a simple exercise can suddenly become a trigger for imbalance, irregular heart rhythms, or injury. So, before chasing that feeling of youthful adrenaline, it's essential to ask, is your workout style aligned with what your body needs now? Making adjustments isn't giving up. It's honoring the strength you've built and protecting it for the years to come. Each jump sends a jarring force through joints and muscles that, with age, have become less resilient and less capable of absorbing impact. Every quick twist or sudden pivot tests a balance system that now requires more effort to maintain stability. Meanwhile, the heart, already working against the resistance of stiffened arteries, may begin to race unpredictably, and blood pressure can spike or dip without warning. Oxygen delivery, essential to sustain these bursts of energy, may lag behind the body's immediate demands. What results is not just physical fatigue, but a complex internal cascade of strain and stress. Movements that once felt routine, like a quick lunge or light hop, now trigger a chain reaction across multiple systems: muscular, circulatory, and neurological. It's no longer just about strength or stamina, it's about coordination, recovery, and regulation. For seniors with even mild or undetected cardiovascular issues, such as early-stage hypertension or an irregular heartbeat, the risk increases sharply. A heart under too much pressure may slip into arrhythmia, while a simple misstep during rapid motion could cause a fall, leading to serious injuries like fractures or long-term mobility issues. And yet, the tragedy is rooted in something deeply admirable. These individuals aren't motivated by ego or vanity. They're striving for independence. They're trying to stay vibrant, active, and strong in bodies that still hold the memory of youth. But true resilience at this stage in life doesn't come from mimicking younger routines. It comes from moving with intention, with purpose, and with respect for the body's evolving limits. There's quiet power in choosing exercises that emphasize control and mindfulness. Gentle practices like Tai Chi, with its fluid and graceful movements, support balance and mental clarity. Water aerobics offers cardiovascular benefits, while the water's buoyancy cushions the joints. Even simple stretching done slowly and regularly can support mobility and reduce injury. These are not signs of slowing down. They're the signs of wisdom and of choosing health over haste. Routines that focus on flexibility and stability might not grab attention like high-intensity workouts, but their impact runs far deeper. These gentle practices build strength from the inside out, offering support without overloading the body. They help improve balance, stimulate healthy blood flow, and promote cardiovascular wellness without triggering the dangerous spikes in heart rate or blood pressure that can come with rapid, intense movement. Their power lies not in how fast or hard they push the body, but in how they protect, heal, and sustain it over time. These exercises work in harmony with your aging physiology. They nurture rather than strain, allowing your heart to work efficiently while minimizing risk. They encourage longevity not by defying age, but by embracing it, by respecting the limits while enhancing the body's innate resilience. Through practices that enhance calm and control, you're not only safeguarding your heart, you're investing in a steadier, more confident future. Yet even when the form of exercise is perfectly safe, there's another factor that often goes unnoticed: timing. Many people overlook how the hour of your workout can dramatically influence its impact on your health. A well-meaning evening routine, if done too close to bedtime, can unknowingly disrupt your body's internal balance. For older adults already navigating the challenges of fragmented sleep, this disruption can feel even more pronounced. Physical activity, especially when it elevates your heart rate or stimulates your nervous system, can linger in your system, making it harder to relax, fall asleep, or stay asleep. The body, instead of winding down for restoration, stays alert and active, sending mixed signals between exertion and rest. And over time, this mismatch between movement and recovery can add up. It's a powerful reminder that healthy aging isn't just about moving more, it's about moving smarter. Choosing not only the right exercises but the right time of day to do them makes a significant difference. Honoring your body's natural rhythms helps ensure that your efforts truly support healing and heart health rather than interfering with it. Among the many habits that can quietly undermine heart health as we age, one stands out because of how innocent it seems: exercising too late at night. For many seniors in their 60s, 70s, or even beyond, squeezing in a workout after a full day can feel like a reasonable, even responsible decision. After all, the demands of work, caregiving, or daily responsibilities have passed. The house is quiet, distractions are few, and this calm moment seems perfect for a bit of physical activity. On the surface, it appears to be a disciplined choice, a small victory in the ongoing effort to stay active. But this well-intentioned routine can quietly interfere with one of the most essential processes your body depends on for repair and renewal: deep, restorative sleep. I've seen it happen more often than you might expect. A senior goes for a brisk walk after dinner, hits the gym for light cardio, or stretches in the living room, hoping to maintain their consistency. Their commitment to health is admirable. They're doing what every doctor recommends: keeping the body moving, supporting flexibility, and elevating mood. But what's often overlooked is the timing. Even moderate exercise performed too close to bedtime can throw off the body's natural rhythms, especially in older adults whose internal clocks are already more sensitive to disruption. As we grow older, our sleep becomes increasingly delicate. The ability to fall asleep quickly, stay asleep through the night, and reach the deeper stages of sleep diminishes naturally with age. When you add late-night physical exertion to the mix, something that raises heart rate, stimulates the nervous system, and triggers adrenaline, it becomes harder for the body to wind down. The result? Restlessness, fragmented sleep, and a tired heart that never gets the full chance to recover. It's easy to underestimate the importance of timing, but this small shift in your daily routine can have a ripple effect on cardiovascular health, energy levels, and even immune function. So, while the goal of staying active remains crucial, doing so at the right time of day can make all the difference in how your body responds and heals. The rhythms that guide our sleep-wake cycles, those internal biological clocks that help us feel alert during the day and drowsy at night, become increasingly fragile with age. That's why even a bit of late-night movement, whether it's a casual stroll or some light stretching, can send conflicting messages to your body. Physical activity activates the sympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for the fight-or-flight response. It raises your heart rate, elevates core body temperature, and stimulates the release of adrenaline and cortisol, hormones designed to energize and prepare you for action. While these responses are helpful during exercise, they directly oppose what your body needs to slip into restful, regenerative sleep. When you exercise too close to bedtime, you're signaling to your body that it's time to stay awake and alert, right when it should be calming down. The result? It takes longer to fall asleep, and the sleep you do get is lighter, less refreshing, and lacking in the deep, slow-wave stages that are vital for both body and mind to recover. For older adults, this becomes even more critical. Age naturally disrupts the body's production of melatonin and weakens circadian rhythms, which already makes achieving quality sleep more difficult. When exercise further interferes with these rhythms, the effects can be far-reaching. What may start as just a restless night can, over time, snowball into something more serious. Poor sleep has been closely tied to a host of cardiovascular concerns. Years of research have shown that sleep deprivation, whether from insufficient hours or interrupted sleep quality, can lead to elevated blood pressure, chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and irregular heart rhythms such as atrial fibrillation. These issues are especially worrisome for seniors, whose hearts and blood vessels are already working harder with age. Just like any muscle, the heart requires true rest to repair itself. Deep sleep allows your cardiovascular system to slow down, lowering your blood pressure, decreasing heart rate, and easing the overall workload. But when late-night workouts interfere, that healing window narrows. The heart may miss its chance to recover, leaving you more vulnerable to fatigue, blood pressure spikes, and long-term strain. Without realizing it, you might be depriving your heart of its most critical opportunity to recover and heal. But let's be clear, this doesn't mean older adults should avoid exercise. In fact, quite the opposite. Physical activity remains one of the most effective ways to support long-term health, vitality, and independence as we age. Regular movement helps improve circulation, maintain healthy blood sugar levels, reduce systemic inflammation, and boost both mood and brain function. The difference lies in the timing. Aligning your exercise routine with your body's natural circadian rhythms can dramatically shift how your body responds. Morning or early afternoon workouts are especially beneficial. Not only do they energize your day, but they also support your body's internal clock, promoting more restful, deeper sleep at night. These earlier sessions offer a natural boost without overstimulating the system when it's supposed to wind down. They help regulate energy, minimizing that afternoon slump many seniors experience, and setting a calmer tone as evening approaches. Scientific studies consistently show that individuals who exercise earlier in the day tend to enjoy better sleep quality, lower resting blood pressure, and stronger cardiovascular outcomes. Compared to evening routines, morning workouts are simply better aligned with how aging bodies function best. By contrast, exercising later in the day, especially within 2 or 3 hours of bedtime, can have the opposite effect. Even light movement such as gentle yoga or a relaxed bike ride can elevate core temperature and activate the nervous system, delaying the transition into deep sleep. These physiological effects may not feel dramatic at first. You might only notice slightly restless sleep or more tossing and turning. But over time, even small disruptions can accumulate, slowly chipping away at your body's ability to recover, adapt, and defend itself from illness. That's why the key isn't to give up on movement. It's to be intentional, choosing not just how you move, but when. By shifting your activity to earlier hours, you're not only honoring your body's changing needs, but also protecting your heart in the most sustainable way. The goal isn't just to keep moving, but to move in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. Reserve your evenings for calming activities that signal it's time to rest. Gentle stretching, a few minutes of mindful meditation, or even a warm bath can work wonders. These simple habits help quiet the nervous system, sending a clear message that it's time to slow down. In doing so, you allow your body, and especially your heart, to transition into the restorative phase of deep sleep, where healing and recovery take place. Choosing to exercise in the morning or early afternoon gives you all the health benefits of physical activity while preserving your heart's essential recovery time at night. But even as we fine-tune our routines around timing and recovery, there's still one more surprisingly simple practice that often slips under the radar. It's a habit so small, so easy to overlook, that many older adults unintentionally skip it, only realizing its importance once consequences begin to show. This quiet yet powerful routine weaves itself into daily life, subtly influencing heart health without ever drawing much attention. Its impact may seem minor at first glance, but it holds the potential to either support or disrupt cardiovascular wellness in meaningful ways. And the real tragedy? Too many seniors remain unaware of it until it's too late to prevent the damage. That's why awareness and intentional action matters now more than ever. Thank you for being part of this journey to better heart health and safer, smarter movement. Your heart has served you for decades. It deserves your full attention, care, and respect. I hope today's insights have inspired you to move with more mindfulness and compassion toward your body and its changing needs. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one key takeaway from this video that really resonated with you? Is there a small change you're ready to implement starting today? Please share your thoughts by leaving a comment below. It helps others in our community too. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Healthy Aging Blueprint channel for more uplifting, evidence-based content on living stronger, longer, and wiser. Wishing you great health, lasting happiness, and peace on your journey. And remember to subscribe to my Healthy Aging Blueprint channel.